Bottom line, why we're not free, is because we still like it. This is why we're not free of it. And you can't help it that you still like it. Now, this is important. This is important. There's a part of you that wants to be free. There's another part of you that likes it. What are you going to do? So then the mind, I've said this before, the mind tells you to do something, tells you to go out and lust or do PMO, and then it'll beat you up for doing it. So then you listen to that. you got to discern when the mind is talking, and you don't listen to it. You don't listen to it when it tells you to go do lusting and PMO, and then you also don't listen to it when you make a mistake and the mind beats you up. This is what creates all that guilt and shame. I mean, there's a certain level of, you can say, feeling guilty or shame when we do something. We're like, damn, why did I do that? I knew I shouldn't have done that. That's okay. That's normal. But some of you guys, like, you take it way too far. You like make yourself out to be like some kind of monster or something. Like, oh, why did I do that? Yeah, don't do that. That's not God talking to you. He's not beating you up like, oh, you stupid idiot. God's playing through you doing this anyway. He plays as the darkness. He plays as the light. Go see my spiritual channel, Spiritual Renaissance. I talk about that stuff. So this is the main core reason. We still like it. I got to where the semen retention, as far as no PMO, I got pretty good at that at an early age. But the lusting and edging, man, that took some years. Because once I was doing semen retention, I had all this energy, and I wanted to use it to get female attention and attraction, because I didn't get much when I was from my mom. You can say that plays in there. There was some deficit of feeling how it feels to have a girl like you and everything. That felt really good. When she would look at me and like, oh yeah, she's giving it up to me. Like, I liked it. I didn't really want to have sex. I didn't want to go into that. It's too much drama. I just wanted them to look at me and just give me that attention. That took a while. You have to understand this is an evolutionary journey. It's not just you make your mind up like, okay, I'm gonna go for a walk today, and then you go for a walk. It's not the same thing. You can't make your mind up and say, okay, I'm gonna be done with semen retention and edging. Yeah, of course, you have that intention, and by the grace of the universe or God, maybe that can happen for you sooner rather than later, but we don't know. This is an evolutionary thing. You try the best you can do. If you fail, you fail. What's the problem? You don't fail forever, you fail temporarily, and then you get back up and you keep going. And some of you that are really hardcore addicts, you need to go to Sex Porn Addicts Anonymous or Sex Addicts Anonymous. Google those two things. If you're in California or some big city, you might be able, they have meetings in person that you can go to. This will help you. Otherwise, you can go to Zoom meetings. That'll also help you. You need to be in a supportive environment where this stuff is getting exposed. That gives you power because there's different levels of people in those rooms. Some are struggling like you, some are kind of in between, and some, they've been doing it for a while. You see? So you get to feed off all that different energy and that inspiration. This is what you need. You can't do it by yourself. Not once you cross the invisible line. You can't do it. Once you cross that invisible line and become like a real addict, like your mind gets warped, and like you just can't do it. You can know all day long that you shouldn't do it. And you can swear, I'm not going to do it. And you're still going to do it. That feeling or that urge to do it is going to come back with so much power and energy that you just can't help it. This is why we need grace. We need grace. That's why somewhere in the AA Big Book, Alcoholics Anonymous Big Book, Bill W. said, a real alcoholic, when it gets right down to it, if that obsession comes strong, there's nothing that will stand in between him and this drink except the grace of God. Nothing. You see? How do you get the grace of God? You surrender. You admit, I'm powerless over this. You have to see for yourself and accept that. Like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I can't do it, but yet I can't stop doing it. You see? If you can relate to those words I'm saying, then you need to go to these meetings. Not everybody's at that level. I'm talking to all different levels here. So don't, some Smart ass will say, oh man, come on, you just use your mind. Yeah. Not everybody is the same. They don't have the same cards dealt. If you're a true addict by nature, you're a real addict. Those who are real addicts know. You like something, you keep doing it, and even when then you stop liking it, you still can't stop doing it. Yeah, that's a real addict. All right, so people like that, you need these rooms to help you. See, so the main core reason why one can't really retain is because we still like it, or we're addicts. The second thing is what the mind does is it says, look, I just want to do it one more time. I want to do it one more time. And then I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop tomorrow. Like, it's not going to hurt. It just takes 1 second. I just kind of want to, I like this girl. I'm outside. She's having a short skirt. I just want to check. I just want to look at her a little bit. I'm not lusting. I'm just looking at her. And then, I'll stop tomorrow. I just want one more look. I just want to look. Or you can apply that to PMO. I want to look at porn one more time. Like, what's the problem? And then tomorrow, same thing. Or the next day, same. Okay, just one more time. It's cool. It's just a little thing. I'm just like, not even doing nothing. I'm just looking. The guys in Cambodia, in Thailand, in Brazil, and any other major sex tourism capital, Colombia, 60, 70-year-old guys, they've been saying the same thing since they were 20. They're like, man, I'm just having fun. I just want to kind of, have a little more fun, and I'm going to quit. Next thing you know, you're 60, 70, you die, and you didn't overcome this. And then you might have to come back again to transcend this, because consciousness doesn't die. Consciousness wants, I'm getting into the spiritual channel, consciousness wants to demonstrate its power over the ego human self, while playing the role of the ego human self. That's the game of consciousness. So, if it uses a body to try to do that and it doesn't succeed, it'll just do it again. Consciousness doesn't care. It doesn't get hurt. It's formless. It's the emotional body and the mental body and the physical body and how all that's intertwined together that creates this sense of pain or pleasure. This is the 3D matrix that we're in on the realest level. The computer programmers that create video games and all that stuff, they ain't got nothing on the spiritual programmers that created this body and emotions and mental body and put that whole robot together. Those are the real programmers. All right, where are we going? So, you got to catch out that trick that the mind does to tell you, I'm going to do it one more time. Now, even if you catch it, you still might do it. Okay, yeah, I get it. I know, I shouldn't do it one more time. So I'm just going to do it one more time, and then I won't do it one more time. You got to go through that stage too. Hold some space for yourself and realize you're embarking on a major journey here. Semen retention is no joke. Being free of edging, which I call advanced semen retention, another level. And there's side effects and withdrawals from these levels. And there's also benefits. There's different withdrawals and symptoms when you stop edging than there are when you stop semen retention. There's also better and different benefits when you're free of the edging too. So this is what we're doing. This is the real fun. Isn't that more fun than like the journey to make $1 million? It's different. It's okay. I'm not, it's okay. You go on the journey to make $1 million, but this is a spiritual journey. Making $1 million is not going to satisfy you, not deeply. What we're talking about here, this is satisfying on a level it doesn't end. You don't get bored. These millionaires, they get bored. At first, when they make the $1 million, oh yeah, this is so great. Or you score the girl, or you get the new car, or whatever. It's fun for a minute, but it doesn't last. You get bored. Everything gets boring at some point. Every human experience or any accolade that you acquire gets boring. This spiritual nourishment, self-realization, never gets boring. Muji described it, it's like a mango that keeps getting sweeter and sweeter and sweeter, but it doesn't ferment, doesn't get over sweet. This is what the spiritual, realizing ourselves on the deepest nature, this is what the fruit that it yields. These material fruits aren't going to do that, but we got to try that to see it's not going to do it. Like, I know, I did it. I was going to go be an actor and get rich and famous and get all the girls and attention, and I realized I didn't like acting. I'm like, damn it, how am I going to get attention? I can go overseas. I'm going to go to these villages where no foreigner has ever went. Maybe they'll look at me. Yeah, they did too. Look at you hard. That was a strong dopamine hit. But you know what it did? Made me more restless. I got more anxious, more anxiety, because it doesn't fill you up. You could have all 4 billion women on the planet looking at you, revering you. It's not going to do anything. Just for a second, you'll get a hit. The only thing that really gives permanent satiation is realizing our true nature. So this is what the main purpose of what the channel's for. This is the main point for doing semen retention. It takes a little bit to realize that, okay, but maybe by talking about it, by me sharing it, it can accelerate that process of realization. I know that most people, you can't just hear this. Like, this isn't like I'm giving instructions, like, walk that way. You can do that. You can understand that. Okay, he says walk that way. I'm going to walk this way. But when I'm sharing here about the spiritual evolution, you can't practice that or do that in the same way. It's an inner alchemy that's taking place. It's like trying to tell a 10-year-old kid, how to act like an adult, and you give him instructions. It's not gonna happen. He has to evolve to that point. It's the same thing with the semen retention journey and the spiritual journey, and any true, authentic journey that's tied into evolutionary law. You can't buck evolutionary law. And the longer that you've been doing this, and the more of an addict nature you are, the more difficult this might be. That's okay. You can still do it. Go to these meetings I told you about. Sex Porn Addicts Anonymous online. You can go to these meetings and go to the Discord group that my brother created. And I put the link on the About section of the channel. It's a Discord group, particularly for the people on this channel. So you can go there, you can post your question and then get some responses. Maybe you can meet people. They're in a similar area. I mean, it's going to take some time to grow. We just started it, but everything takes time to grow. All right, so I'll see you soon, and I'm going to make another video. All right.